The Mystic Seven is a list of 7 direct experiences, common experiences, that an individual has when they go through their awakening process. When you begin awakening, there are infinite number of uncommon or variety experiences. Some people will become shamanic. Some people will become crystal workers. Some people will be able to see dead people. Some people will multi-dimensional traveling. So there's an infinite number of these things, Reiki masters, yoga, whatever. So you go through this process, and as you're going through it, these little special kind of things happen. But there are 7 that are common, that every single person that has gone through this process has. And that is, they come to the realization that there is a source, whatever name you want to give it. God, Allah, Buddha, Yahweh, your higher consciousness, pure awareness, infinite consciousness, the source, whatever name you want to give it. There is something that you are and that everything else is. So there's a source. Part of that is you are that source. It's not something that's outside of you. It's not some guy up on a cloud or somewhere. You are that source. The second one is that the source is eternal. It was never born, it will never die. So therefore, you as the source have never been born and never die. It is infinite. You can't say, well, you can manifest your infinite consciousness except for you can't have speakers, or you can't have chocolate ice cream, or you can't have rape, or you can't have murder, or no Jeffrey Dahmers, or Adolf Hitlers, none of that allowed. No, infinite consciousness is infinite. There is nothing negated. The source, eternity, infinity, and unity. Unity is the fourth. You are separate from nothing. All that exists is you. And in unity, what's interesting about it is the unity experience, there still is separation, because what you basically do is you say, everything is God, and there's divine energy flowing through everything, and we're all connected. But what happens is when you actually see what unity is, you find out that the word connected implies that there are 2 things. There is a you, and there is a me, and we are connected. That's not unity. Unity is only one. There is not 2, period. And so what happens is you abide in these 4 states for a period of time, and that's what I call the enlightened mind. And you walk around and you're in bliss all the time, and everything's pure love and energy, and everything's beautiful, and you see everything as God. And it's amazing. That's why people stop there for usually a long period of time, because it's just so blissful and so overwhelming. But the problem is, you're still not done. And you know that inside you. You know this isn't the end. There's something nagging at me. And only you will be able to determine what that is, what concept, what final stand that you're holding on to. Morality or control, or you believe you're the body still. Or in my case, like I was saying, I still saw things as separate. And then what happens is you go beyond that. Something will shift your consciousness, something will shift your awareness, and you will drop into a state of consciousness called emptiness or nothingness, which is literally the first one you ever dropped into to have the experience in the first place. When you recognize that you're eternal, you actually go into samadhi, which is complete emptiness or nothingness, and then you come out of that and you have the experience that you are eternal. So you go into this nothingness, which I call beyond enlightenment. And I was very happy to find that other people, such as Osho and some other people, have used the same terminology. And then after nothingness, you open your eyes and you say, okay, what about the everythingness? I understand that the pure essence, even though there is none, of the source, which there is none, is emptiness or nothingness. But what about this infinite manifestation, this experience that's all around me? You have to resolve that conflict somehow, and that's neither affirmation or negation. Nothingness and everythingness have coexisted since beginningless time. without any physicality, without any space, without any time. And then there's no essential nature. And that one's very simple. Because you are you, because the source is you, him, her, me. Because the source is this plate, this, because the source is Adolf Hitler, Gandhi, Buddha, Jeffrey Dahmer, ISIS, the Pope, all the good things, all the evil things, the dogs, the smells, the tastes, the sounds, the thoughts. Because it is everything, everything is its essential nature. Metaphysicians like to believe that love is God's essential nature. But the problem is, once you make the source's essential nature love, then you've excluded everything else outside of it. Everything is your essential nature, therefore you have no essential nature. So those are the mystic seven. Not only are they the direct personal experiences, and I emphasize direct personal experiences. They're not concepts, they're not ideas, they're not something you can learn, they're not something you can express. When you have this experience, you ask anybody in this room that's had it, when they have this experience, they can't express it. There are no words. They sit there and they cry and they cry and they cry and they go, I was just one with one. No, that's not really right. There was unity, two had become, that's not right. And they finally just give up. After a few seconds they go, I cannot explain what just happened. It's inexpressible. It has to be experienced. As long as it's a cognitive idea, you're going to run around with concepts and ideas in your heads, and as soon as someone makes you cuts in line at the grocery store, they're going to make you angry. But if you abide in this experience, nothing will ever touch you again. The other thing is, other than being the direct experiences that you have when you're awakening, is that they are keys to abiding in the enlightened mind. As you're becoming established and you're going through this process, and you have the eternity experience and the unity experience, the infinity experience, and then you go back and have another unity experience and then a nothingness experience, and you're having these every week or every month or every year, a good way to become established is to use those seven things as your tools. When you see a little deer dead on the side of the road and you get sad, you go, wait a minute, why am I sad? I believe the deer died, the deer didn't die, the deer is eternal, the deer is just an illusion within my mind. So you go to the eternity experience, you go to the source experience, you go to the infinity experience, and this hopefully will drop you back into the experience. When you see the deer and you get sad, this is the 3 steps to bliss I was talking about. When you see the deer and you get sad, if you simply go, why am I sad? Okay, there's an emotion. There's an emotion there, anger, sadness, grief, joy, lust, any of them. If you say, why is that there? And you can look at the illusion that's creating it. I believe that deer is dead. The baby deer is dead. Mama deer is on the corner or the curb crying because the baby deer's in the rain, got run over by a car. And you go, I'm believing right now that there's such a thing as death. That's the illusion. If you can just be with that and not let the mind go into battle about concepts and ideas, hopefully, and what happens to me, or used to happen to me, was I would drop into truth. I would say the illusion is death, the truth is eternity. There's no such thing. And I would drop into the eternity experience and be in this bliss and true awareness.